Hi everyone, my name is Michael Perez, and today I'll be talking to you about understanding copyright work and protecting your own creative works, or just protecting creative works in general. This is important as you are surfing the internet or TikTok or wherever you find your media and not using things that aren't yours without permission. So, let's get started. What is copyright? Copyright is legal protection of original creative works. This includes books, music, art, photos, videos, and digital content. The books that you read, the music that you listen to are all under copyright law, which means that you can't use it without permission, right? You can't use characters that are published or music loops or notes that are used without permission. I know there's fan fiction, but some of that is not public or is not published, so it is not people using that for their own personal gain. Copyright is automatically applied when a work is created. Okay, so as soon as you create it, it is not copyrighted and it's not yours. Okay, it gives creators exclusive rights to their work, which means that once they have it, it is theirs. The only time that it's not theirs is it lasts for the creator's lifetime plus 70 years. Okay, so a good example of this is the book The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. It was published in 1925, which means that from the time it was published to when F. Scott Fitzgerald died, he had that plus 7 years after that for him to own rights to The Great Gatsby. However, and on the 1st of January in 2021, it became public domain, meaning that the copyright was over and that people were not able to use it freely. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Fair use in education. Okay, so limited use of copyrighted materials without permission. You're not allowed to use it without permission. Like always ask for permission. The four uses of fair use: you'd have to have a purpose, whether it be teaching, research, scholarships. I know as a teacher currently, you're only able to use certain parts of it, and you have to make sure that it is relevant to what you are teaching and not just storing information at your students. Okay? This leads us into nature of the work. Why are you using it? Which goes back to the purpose. And then you have the amount used. You're only allowed to use a certain section or a certain amount of said work that's not yours, because if you use all of it, then that you are breaking copyright law. And the next one is the effect on market value, which just means that is the information that you're using going to affect how much money that it brings in since it is not yours. These examples include short quotes, brief video clips, and small portions of images, right? You're not going to use the entire block of text. You are just going to use a sentence or two to help you solidify what you're teaching, or maybe like a 30-second clip of what you're teaching, not the entire thing because it's not yours to share, or just like a bit of a picture to help prove what you are doing. Okay, let's keep going. The next one, digital copyright and social media. Sharing others' content requires permission. You find your favorite piece of artwork, or you find a drawing that you really like and you're like, oh, I like this, let me share it. You have to go and ask permission to share it first since it's not yours. Okay, even if it's your best friend and they're really good at drawing and you really want to share it, always ask permission. Okay, credit the original creators. This is really big. A lot of people, like in my previous example, find things they like and are like, I'm going to use it, and they post it and they don't give credit to the original creator. Okay, that's not cool. So ask for permission first. Most times artists are very happy to let you share it because they want people to see it. Okay, so ask for permission first, then you can share the work. Okay, some common misconceptions: if it's online, it's free to use. That's not right. Okay, just because it's online does not mean it's yours to take. It just means that people wanted to share it, and if you would like to use it, ask for permission. There's the P word again. The next one, if it's okay if I give credit. Not always. Most times, things that are out there are meant to be sold or meant for you to purchase. And if you don't do that, and you're just like, okay, I got it from here, that's not going to help you. Buy the thing, support the person, give them help them get attention to what they are doing. And the last one, it's for school, so it's always free. It's always fair. My bad, I'm so sorry. That is not necessary, okay? This goes back to the last slide. You have to have purpose, you have to have a reason why you're using it, not just to have it. You're using this to get all the information that you need to support what you're teaching to your students. So just because it's for school does not mean it's always fair, okay? The next one, some copyright do's and don'ts. Some do's, ask for permission for using people's work, okay? Use Creative Commons licensed content, okay? Cite your sources properly. Always cite your sources. That way people do not think you are taking people's stuff and taking credit for it, okay? Plagiarism, copyright law. Create your own original work, okay? Once you create your own original work, the copyright law takes effect because that is now your property, that is now yours. People cannot take it from you, okay? So those are some do's. Some don'ts. Download or share copyrighted music, movies illegally. Don't do that. It might sound fun. It might sound, oh, this is easy to do. Don't do it. It's not yours. Copy and paste other work without permission. Like I said, it is not yours to take, so don't do it, please. The next one, assume everything online is free to use. It's not. It's just there for you to see that this is something that someone else did, so maybe you can do something similar. Don't take it and use it just because you can. And the last one, share or sell copyrighted materials. Normally, when you buy something or like a video game or some music or anything like that, in their terms and conditions, there's a part in there that says you will not take this and profit off it in some sort of way. That's what this is. Don't do this. Don't share or don't buy something just to sell it again to make money off of it because it is not yours to do. Okay? And that brings me to the last one, protecting your own work. Okay? So, whenever you create something, right? I do this with my stuff. You add a copyright notice to your work, meaning that this work cannot be taken, cannot be used because this is now someone else's. Okay? Use watermarks on images. These watermarks are things that go in the background, which means that if someone were to use your image without asking you, you know it's yours because you have a watermark on it. Register important works with the Copyright Office, okay? As soon as you have something that you love, that you really want to share, but you don't have able to take, go to that Copyright Office, register everything that you need to. That way, it's all written down and it's all cataloged. That way, people can't take your stuff, okay? Consider Creative Commons licensing. This means the licensing that's needed to be creative with other people who have stuff in common with you. Okay. The next one, know your rights as a creator. Before you start creating stuff, it's good to do that. And if you are, fantastic. Before you go and publish your stuff, know what you are free to do and what you aren't free to do as a creator. Okay. And the last one is report copyright violations when found. These copyright violations can be anything that we've talked about in the do's and don'ts, right? So if you don't ask for permission, copyright violation. If you sell or use something that's not yours, copyright violation. Anything that isn't fair or isn't in the copyright rules, if it's not yours, ask for permission, okay? That is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation on protecting your creative work copyrights. Thank you so much.